What's up, everybody? Welcome back to All New Nerds. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like what we do here. Smash that. Smash them all.
Smash it.
And actually, I've never said this, but turn on those notifications because you don't want to miss our videos or our lives because we have a lot of fun over there and we want you guys to be a part of it. So anyways, Levi and I just got back from seeing Black Widow.
Yeah, synced up.
I'm gonna cut in. This is an editing thing. Well, actually, no. I'll just say it now. I'm gonna cut in a quick video. Everybody think. What did everybody think?
I liked it, but MCU Taskmaster ain't.
Listen, I was hoping that the movie was going to exceed my expectations and blow me away in some way, and unfortunately, it did not do that. But it's still an overall good movie. Enjoyable.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
Everything's dark because it's night, obviously.
It was
so
good.
it was good.
It was good, but
You
MCU
can't see
Taskmaster
faces.
ain't my Taskmaster.
That's true. It was fine. It was fine. You know? We're gonna. It was a good movie. What'd you say?
It's a good
Dylan?
movie. It's really
That's
fun.
it was good.
You can't even see anybody.
Friends. I would say it's a movie
Alright.
you should watch. Yeah.
You think it's good?
Yeah, you should. Fight scenes were good.
Wasn't that so funny?
Hilarious.
Wasn't that so funny? There's so
I love the
wow.
part when Dylan drank a whole bottle of ketchup.
Yeah,
that
that was
was
my
my
favorite part too.
He just got it out and was like, you know what?
you-
I'm committing to this thing. And
You
he
can't
just
even
found-
see our faces, but hopefully you
there.
heard our voices. Levi, overall, what are your thoughts on the movie? The film?
Well, I tweeted this immediately. I gave my immediate reactions on the All New Nerds Twitter account. I saw it. I enjoyed it.
Follow.
I think yeah, like a solid B plus. Like there are parts of this movie that I really, really loved. There are parts that I just thought were pretty generic, but overall, I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
speak, like I'm glad I saw it, and I want to say that because it was killing me the whole movie. That Olga Kurielenko, who's in the film, I'm not gonna say who she is, but she is the main lead in Quantum of Solace, the main female lead, the Daniel Craig James Bond movie. And I couldn't get that out of my head. I was like, who is this woman? She's that.
Oh,
And-
I had no idea she was in.
young Natasha is Mila Jovovich's kid, and that's the whole time too. I was like, I know this
Oh,
face.
wow.
It's Mila Jovovich of Resident Evil and Fifth Element fame. I'm
Yeah. No, I
myriad
know
of other
that
things.
I had no idea it was.
it's her-
I didn't even
it's her
recognize
kid.
that it was her. That's
And
kind of
so-
crazy.
I just
Well-
want to put that out there because that was killing me the whole movie. I was like, who are these people?
That's a cool fun fact. Forgive me for my awful lighting and my blue screen, but
Yeah, I like to say that Johnny's in the red room right now.
yeah. Little technical difficulties. Anyways,
What did you think?
my thoughts, yeah. About the same as yours. Going in, my expectations were this is gonna be fun. I mean, again, the reviews are super high. I think they were like a little bit exaggerate a little bit. I mean, again,
Really?
it was good. And I
Everything
was
I
super
saw
happy.
It was pretty
was
like
super-
middle of the road. I saw like Chris Stuckman.
I heard
gave it,
great
like, a
things.
C.
What like a couple
and-
when they did like the press stuff like that, like it was super high. I mean, again, it was good.
84
I
on
loved it especially because I got to go to the theater. We both went to the
Yes,
theater,
both in theaters.
and my theater was packed, and it was so fun to just go and see a Marvel movie again. It was really cool. The crowd like reacted, so it was a lot of fun. We clapped. It was a great time. Great theater experience always at
We clapped.
for Marvel movies. Yeah, you gotta clap, dude.
I wouldn't know. There's no clapping in my theater. Mine. I went to
Oh.
a Regal and
Miserable
there's still,
theater.
and there's still COVID restrictions.
Oh no.
And well, no, not oh no, it was just very nice. So I was in my
Oh.
reclining seat. There was no one around me.
See, I can't do the reclining seats because they make
was
me
like,
fall asleep. And I
well-
didn't want to fall asleep.
Okay, reclining seats. It was all good until freaking Andre the Giant sat in front of me. I swear to God, this guy was like 8 feet tall. You know the guy in the prison, the last guy that Red Guardian fights. This
Yeah.
guy is like that size, just right in front of me, his head, and I had to like move. It was crazy. It's a whole thing. I have to rewatch parts of this on Disney Plus so I can be
Yes.
like, did I miss something here?
I think it gets some extra points for me just because of the theater experience of going back and seeing a Marvel movie. But overall, yeah, the movie, it was a solid Marvel movie. It did follow that formula, which I mean I'm fine with. That kind of Marvel formula. But it didn't do anything really new and surprising. I
mean,
did,
Florence Pugh,
however,
it's worth admission for Florence Pugh. She's so damn
Yeah.
good.
no,
she's
but
so
the
good.
performances, the performances were really great. They were great. I have no problem with any of the actors or anything like that.
I'm so
Um,
excited to see her character again.
Yeah, in the future.
Soon.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Hopefully.
at the end. But yeah, But
Yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
solid. I would say probably probably B.
Yeah, it's an
I'd give it a
8.
B.
You know, it's like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Solid 8.
It was a solid Marvel movie. I don't know where I'd put it in the ranking of all of them, but
In the
I
middle
could
somewhere.
Figure that out.
Definitely
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. You know, it's better than
Yeah.
your Thor: The Dark Worlds and your
Yeah.
Iron Man 2s.
It definitely didn't
and
blow me away, but it was good.
It definitely didn't blow me away either, but there are parts, especially in the first and second act, that I really loved. I
Yeah.
was like, I want more of this with these characters, and I think we'll be getting
You
more of
want
it.
to talk about that a little bit?
I think we'll get into it in a second here.
What you want to see? Okay.
And I like that is there's a lot of potential that I saw for going future. But we talked about it before the movie came out. This should have come out 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
This movie should have even
it
before.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it
It
should
just
have
doesn't.
gotten made years ago, and it just sucks that it took this long for this movie to come out or even get.
Yeah,
made.
I got one for you. Captain Marvel should have come out sooner, and this should have gone in between Endgame and Infinity War. Or
this should have been after Civil War. This should have been the movie after Civil War.
Or after Civil War even. I was thinking
that's where the story
March
takes
2019
place.
slot. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of a bummer. Again, like going back to the Infinity Saga, even after we already saw it, like it wrapped up. It was cool, but it felt really weird at the end. The end of the movie felt kind of weird to me.
The end, not the post credit scene, but the end. Was weird. But the post credit scene, I liked it.
It wasn't anything stellar, but it was good. We'll talk about it.
Okay, well, we'll get there.
Overall,
though, I think good performances, mostly generic frame.
Yeah.
Marvel suffers from the villain problem. Like not just forgettable villains. I think this falls in that category.
Yeah.
But overall, a good experience. Have fun with it.
Definitely, I had fun. Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
I think maybe we jump into spoilers now.
I think we both agree, which is just
rare.
Doesn't happen all the time.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll talk about spoilers. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty gritty of this movie. A couple things that stand out. I mean, Taskmaster's Identity. If we really want to get into it, so this is spoilers. Spoilers. I'm gonna say it again. This is spoilers. I'll probably spoilers. What do you think about the whole Taskmaster reveal?
I mean, I think that Taskmaster fans are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Well, not only is this not Taskmaster,
I'm not looking forward to the outrage this is going to cause with Taskmaster fans.
I mean, Taskmaster, like the action scene, so cool.
So good.
Taskmaster is a force of nature. Like when she's coming down like the train stairs, it's like a Terminator. It's pretty sweet. In the bridge fight in the beginning with Nat, like, there's good stuff, and
there's good stuff.
She's driving the huge ass APC and just.
I feel like they were trying to do the Winter Soldier again a little bit though with Taskmaster.
I mean, she's literally using the Winter Soldier's moves in some of the scenes. I don't know if you noticed that. But it's pretty good.
You can definitely break that down and be like, oh, here's another move from.
I see what you're saying. It is kind of.
They kind of use that element. Again.
I mean, it's from the same program though. They mentioned that.
No, it is.
It's literally.
I did like the world building aspect. I mean, again, it wasn't too much, but I thought what they did was pretty cool, especially with the Taskmaster program being related to the Winter Soldier program. I like that kind of mix.
Once again, though, I think people who are big fans of like Black Widow comic, like the Red Room, the comics is very different from the comics. In the comics, it's not as much like nanite mind control as
they really emphasize the mind control in the movie.
Yeah, they're like, no, they're not bad guys. We swear they're good in there. Yeah. And then Taskmaster fans are just not.
I feel like they could have explored that a little bit more.
I think Taskmaster fans were always going to be unhappy because it's not like a flaming skull person who has like a skull face. People were I know people were already mad that the design wasn't like as.
The design wasn't the best. I think if they did something closer to. I mean, again, don't call me a Spider-Man PS4 purist, but that Taskmaster design is pretty sick.
Taskmaster is like a secret boss in that game.
Yeah. It is. He's super cool. But I mean, anyways, I've kind of gotten used to the Taskmaster design, so it didn't bother me too much. I mean, I just like it would have been cool to see a cape, but that's just like just me.
Maybe she still could get a cape, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think we're gonna see her again.
Do you think there's a future for Taskmaster? Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they picked
Yeah.
her up and put her in the the Black Widow plane at the end. I think
Right.
100%. But let's
Yeah.
just jump right to the end before we get
Yes.
into the rest of the movie.
Sure.
So it's Val. It's really
It's Val. End credit scene. We're talking about the end credit scene.
end credit scene.
Yep.
Which it's abundantly clear that Yelena was gonna be in Falcon Winter Soldier. They had to cut that. This
They had
was
to cut
supposed to
that
come first. She was gonna be
Put it
here.
right. Yeah.
And it's all turned around. So we finally got the scene that was rumored long ago, which is Val coming to Natasha's grave
Yeah.
where Yelena's at, which that was a great scene.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I thought it was hilarious too. And she's like, "Sorry, I'm allergic to the Midwest." Like that.
Yeah, I know. That was a
was
weird line. I mean, it was
Oh,
funny.
really? I thought she delivered it so well. I thought,
No, she yeah.
sorry, I'm allergic to that.
Julie
Julia
Louis
Julia-
Dreyfus.
Julia Louis
Julia
Dreyfus,
Louis Dreyfus. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Levi and I are both big Seinfeld fans.
what's the deal with
What's the
Black
deal?
Widow?
What's Black Widow? Why is
Anyway.
she in this movie? Yeah.
So she recruits her to be essentially the villain of the Hawkeye show, and I was
Yeah.
like, sick.
She's not gonna be the main villain. I know she's gonna have involvement in it because
she's
she's
gonna be a
she's already been confirmed because she was in set pictures for the show.
Which is sick, and I can't wait to see more of her.
Yeah.
Because let's jump back to the rest of the movie here. She's
Yeah.
like my favorite part of the movie. She's excellent.
Yeah, she was a standout.
Florence
Definitely.
Pugh is,
And I feel like
easily-
that's kind of what this movie was.
it's setting
somewhat
up
meant
for
to do.
her as
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
As part of
Yeah.
the future team, whether it's Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts, she is going to be part of whatever team is going forward. And
Right.
speaking of Thunderbolt Ross is in this movie
Is
for
in
like
it.
0.5 seconds, but
Uh,
he's on his cane, and I was like, oh, he's gonna go Red Hulk because he's gonna
Yeah.
save himself or whatever.
right, I know.
So-
I that's definitely coming. There's no way they're not gonna do Red Hulk. I was gonna say that scene at the end where they're all on the field after the Red Room crashes. Apparently that was gonna be a full scene, but they just
It was
cut
in the
it.
trailer, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was in the trailer.
I feel like I remember him being in that.
Yeah,
field.
there was a clear shot of him with all the SUVs behind him in the field, kind of
I
looking
guess that
around.
got cut for whatever.
I don't know why they cut it. It was weird. It was a weird ending. That was a weird ending. I did
It
not
was
like
a
that.
weird ending. I think the
I
ending.
really didn't like
the
it.
third act and the ending in particular is definitely the weakest part.
It
Of
was
the
odd. It was so. It just felt so odd. I don't.
It was very odd.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's in part because of we've already seen her end, kind of.
Especially so at the end, everybody, you see Natasha in her like Infinity War look.
Yeah.
and it just doesn't look
it's off.
right. I'm
so
like,
off.
this looks like a weird fan film. Like Scarlett Johansson's in her backyard.
Hey, don't diss fan films. We love fan films in this channel.
But not in the $100 million
No, I know what
Marvel
you're saying.
movie.
I
Like
know what you're saying.
it looks so off and so wrong.
It was clearly a wig, which was fine, I guess.
Oh,
But
that's definitely what it is. Yeah, there was no dye hair. It was
the
very-
hair. It was the
was
hair.
like-
I did think the vest thing was kind of cute. That was a
It's
cool
her
little
vest,
side
and every
plot.
time I watch Infinity War again,
Infinity War.
Yes.
Yeah, Elena's vest. Yeah, it's a bunch
I
of
thought
pockets.
that was a great bit in the car.
Yeah.
Where she's
No, it
"Oh,
was.
new vest."
was.
Great,
Yeah.
very funny. Everything that Yelena did, funny.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I feel like sometimes Natasha took a back seat for
she definitely took the
Yelena.
backseat. She was the backseat of this movie.
Yeah.
The movie's called Black Widow, but it's really like Natasha is essentially a side character
Mm.
with a line I didn't understand until I was out of the theater because I wasn't really thinking about that much. But General Dreykov is like, it's the world's most underused resource, like girls. And I was like,
I know.
I didn't hear the line right. At first, I thought he said it was like the world's most useless resource. And I was like,
That's what I thought. I thought he was like dissing women. And I was like, ugh.
no, I was like, ugh, what a weird line. I was like,
Yeah.
but no, what he says is most underused because everyone is always like, because the whole thing is that in many.
Oh,
I was reading into it.
that's
like,
interesting because I completely took that the other way too.
I took it the wrong way too, but like in many
Hmm.
cultures, like people want a son, and when they get a daughter, the daughter just gets thrown out or whatever. And so he's like,
Hmm.
potential. We can turn them into killers, and let's like
Right.
all these like discarded girls, he can turn into tools, which I
Yeah.
thought was pretty interesting. And I was like, it tied into the whole the human trafficking thing in the beginning. I was like, I'm into
Hmm.
it. Like I like that, but I have to watch it back on Disney Plus
Yeah.
with subtitles on to make sure I did hear the line or like re-remembered it right. Because
Okay, no, because that's interesting. I thought
in
the
the
same
theater,
thing.
yeah,
so-
in the theater, I was like, what a weird line.
Yeah, no,
I was
it
like-
was very weird.
I
It
was
was
like,
very weird.
what? This is
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it was odd. I was gonna say. I wish we saw Clint.
Well,
I
we
feel like they
heard
just-
him. Was that Jeremy Renner on the phone when like she's calling it like on the we get a flashback and they're like
Oh,
and he's like do I take the shot?
yeah.
And then I was like that really sounds like Jeremy Renner. Is that like a digital? Because if we can talk for a second, this movie just made me want to see de-aged Luke Skywalker so much more because the de-aging technology is insane.
Yeah.
The entire intro, you're seeing young Red Guardian and Iron Maiden, but it's Rachel Weisz and David
Yeah.
Arbor, but they look like they're 20 years younger.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm like,
it
I'm
was
like,
really good.
that just looks real. I'm like,
It
that
was
just looks
good.
like, and I was like, how? Give me Luke Skywalker now.
Yeah. The stuff with the action.
It's
it
not
was
well directed,
cool.
right? It's not well directed. I'm not crazy, right?
It felt. I don't know how else to explain it, but it felt empty.
Yes. Well, it wasn't well directed. It was very Bourne Ultimatum, Jason the third Jason Bourne movie, where I was counting in the theater. When anytime there's like 10 cuts within 10 seconds, I'm like, I'm not following this. I'm like, it's just
It's
in the
tough.
fight between Yelena and Natasha in
And
in
they're
Budapest.
the sweet. Yeah.
I just didn't care because I counted the cuts. I was like, my brain can't follow what's happening. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. There's a fight.
Now there were a couple
happens.
scenes where it was just like,
Cool.
oh, why is so many cuts? Did this feel like Fast and the Furious to you a little bit?
No, not at all.
Really?
That's a weird thing to say.
Not
Having
at all,
seen
because everybody
having
said that
seen-
with my group.
every single Fast movie, I'm a vigorous Fast fan.
I know. That's
I'm
why
a
I
fear-
asked you.
I'm a furious head, as they say.
Furious face. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
my
don't know.
face is furious. I'd say it felt like a Marvel movie. I don't think it felt like Fast and Furious at all. But the action with like when they're getting chased by the other Black Widows, the action.
The family thing. The family theme. You didn't think so?
I get, but like they're literally not a family. It's a kind of different.
I know.
I don't know. It's a whole different angle.
What did you think about that?
I thought it was cool. I mean, it's a new. It's a take that. It's an interesting take. The whole Russian.
I
thing.
know the arc was completed, but it didn't feel completed. It was weird.
I don't know. I
just don't feel like there was a bunch of payoff.
I like
with
the
it.
prison. I like the prison breakout. With
Yeah.
Red Guardian. I liked that.
That was cool.
And he's in the prison. He just pulls the guy through the glass. I thought that was sweet.
That scene was cool. Yeah, when he throws himself up at the wall, that was pretty cool. How he just like jumped like that. What did you think of? What did you think of Red Guardian overall?
I mean, I wish. I mean, I think he deserved. Well, truthfully, I don't think he needed to be in the movie. I think it was cool we got him, but I don't think the parents needed to be in it at all. I think I would have enjoyed more just them as sisters doing their thing because I don't know if you can tell people, but I just want more Florence Pugh. She's so damn good in
I do
this
too.
movie.
She was really, really good.
Please
too.
give me more. She's so funny.
I think
they have a whole bit about the superhero landings, and it's like I laughed in the theater. I was like, "This is funny." I was like, she's like whipping her hair.
Yeah, I can just imagine you in an empty theater, just being like,
"Wow, that's like, yeah."
I know you were in an empty theater, but
like,
that's good. That's good stuff.
Like, yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
That's good.
And then how later she does it, and she's like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
it was like funny. It's funny.
No,
In the helicopter, it's good.
Marvel's so self-aware. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
The character. I like the character.
I know, I do too.
Truthfully, it's in her her serious acting. It's the moment when she, because you get this brief moment where it's in the intro and it's in Monaco, or Morocco, excuse me, not Monaco. Someone's saying fireworks outside. I don't know if you can hear that. In Morocco, and she's like still part of the Black Widow team, and she's like an elite operative. And it's just I love all these shots, the way it's composed,
in the beginning,
and she's still bad, and she wakes up from the thing, and you just see it all on her face, like she's disgusted and scared, like what the hell do I do? I just killed this person, like who was an older Black Widow. Like there was so much going on. Excuse me, hit the mic there. In just her face,
classic.
That I was like, this is good.
You're
a good character.
That was a good scene. Yeah, no, she was definitely a standout. It just didn't feel like a farewell to Natasha.
Well, it's weird because we already got that, right?
I know.
That was Endgame.
It's just
it's bizarre.
This movie just feels so out of place. I don't know. It's just weird.
It's
very weird.
Okay, the biggest thing, my biggest dislike is the fact.
What do we?
Is just the whole Red Room thing being like a space fortress. I was like, what is
Yeah.
happening? I was like, this is silly.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I
didn't.
reveled in the silliness, but it was a little bit. I had to embrace it because I didn't want to just be moody in the theater. But it was like, this is a whole nother level.
There was a little cheesiness that I wasn't really into.
It was extreme cheese. It was
Yeah.
freaking provolone flying in the sky.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's what it was doing. It was
like,
yeah, in the sky.
shout out to Bill Clinton, who was in the intro to this movie. Just putting that out there. Thought that was
Yep.
funny.
Shout out
That's
to him.
the only person I could recognize in this. Like,
Yeah.
there's this montage sequence. This is totally going back. It came to mind because the opening sequence is like shots of General Dreykov, this villain,
Whoa.
amongst like various people.
Yeah.
And one of them is just Bill Clinton, I think. And I was, no, I know it was Bill Clinton, but I think the other guy was Dreykov. And I was like,
I think it was. Yeah, I know it was.
like, do they pay Bill Clinton for that? For his appearance?
What?
Like,
Oh.
you know, like does Bill Clinton get royalty checks for Black Widow
I
now?
don't know.
It's just
Appearance? I mean, it's kind of an appearance thing.
It was just a funny
So-
thought. I was like,
It was weird.
he's the only noticeable person in this whole
He's
thing.
confirmed in the MCU, which is kind of cool.
I was like, okay, weird. Bill Clinton's in the MCU.
Bill Clinton's
Anyway.
in the MCU.
Bill
I think
Clinton is canon.
it's
Anyway,
canon.
I was
We're
thinking about him because
yeah.
I was thinking about Dreykov, and so
Yes,
Dreykov
yes.
has this sky fortress, and that's what enshrined him as a mediocre MCU villain for me. Where I was like, okay, he's just like a cheesy sky fortress man who's friends
Yeah.
with Bill Clinton.
Yep.
I was like, all right.
Yeah,
whatever.
he didn't really. I didn't really.
He
care
didn't- he
for his character.
He didn't grab. I did like everything that happened around him though. Like I like the
Yeah.
whole pheromone thing. I like that Black Widow just broke her nose. Like she slams her
Yeah,
face. on the
slams
table.
her
That
face.
was brutal. It's just, she
Yeah.
really Owen Wilsoned herself there.
No bruised. Nobody was ever bruised, even though they
Yeah.
got. I don't know. Anyways.
That's standard Marvel though.
yeah,
There's a lot of
it is.
car wrecks in
They
this.
got.
but
They
I was
gotta.
like,
They gotta make
there
the
ain't no
faces
way
look nice.
you
Yeah.
survive.
Car wrecks. Yeah. Natasha got in a car accident twice.
That Taskmaster bridge fight was so sweet.
That was cool.
It was pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Well, I think to make it not too long, I think we'll wrap up in a second. But Levi, what did you?
I was just
anything-
gonna say, yeah,
anything
that's
to end
I think
off?
my biggest dislike was I feel that it becomes too generic in the third act.
Yeah,
The
it
first two
did
acts,
follow
though,
that Marvel formula.
it became a little bit too formulaic.
Yeah,
Florence Pugh, easily the biggest takeaway.
definitely.
I'm not capturing everything in our little talk here. There's a lot of small moments that I
Yeah.
enjoyed. Like I said, the Morocco stuff, like just the way that was shot, and it's only like a 3-minute sequence.
Well, this is our immediate reaction. So
It is.
so
Just the stuff like
just wanted
that.
to give.
Really enjoyed.
Mhm.
When they're talking in front of the family, and you both think that like, oh, they're reminiscing about family, but then they're like, the keys are in that drawer, and they're both
Mhm.
just looking how to steal this
Yeah.
guy's car instead of like caring for his kids. Like they're like,
Right,
oh, it's a
right.
kid, but they're just and the
Mhm.
sisterly interactions I really dug.
Yeah.
And when they're on the run in the middle act, and when they get Red Guardian, they get Milena. I liked all that stuff.
I did too.
I thought that was
I did.
cool. I don't know. I like the character stuff. Good character stuff.
Good character stuff. Yeah,
8 out of 10.
I feel the same way. So I'm not gonna repeat what he said, but
Yeah.
didn't love the ending. The ending was like just how it just ended. It just literally just ended. It was
It
weird.
did just
It was
end.
weird.
As
It just
Johnny
ended.
said, there was clearly a scene that was filmed, and I heard the music building. I was like, "Is it just gonna end?"
It just
it
it
did.
faded
And
out.
I was like, "Weird." It
Okay.
didn't even fade. It cut. I was
Cut.
like,
No, I think
wow.
it was a slow fade, but
"Was
it
it
was a fast fade. But
slow?
yes.
Slow faded to
Fast fade, whatever.
ScarJo's
Whatever.
bad wig."
Yeah. That was definitely like a reshoot or something. Like that was quick.
It was gross.
that
I was
a
like,
day
"What am I
shoot.
looking at?"
It was odd. It was odd.
It was odd.
Yeah, character stuff was pretty good. Again, Yelena was the star of the movie, which is I don't know how I feel about it because I mean, again, this was Natasha's movie, but I get it was kind of handing down the torch, even though they didn't really
It makes me excited for the
do that
Hawkeye
in the
show.
movie. Yeah,
It wasn't before. I am now.
yeah. No, I was looking forward to it.
Job
I
done,
just
Black
I
Widow.
love Haley Steinfeld. She's great. So, anyways, so yeah, we'll see Yelena very soon in Hawkeye, and obviously Natasha, sadly, not
Oh,
with
she's
us.
dead.
Not with us. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess anything's been off, and then, and then whenever they do with this team up that they're setting up with Val, maybe that'd be a movie. Probably
mentioned
definitely
before,
probably a
Elena
movie.
was supposed to be in Falcon and Winter Soldier because
Right.
it was supposed to come out after this.
Yes.
But-
That is going to do it for us for right now. That was our Black Widow immediate reaction. What did you guys think of the movie? Let us know in the comments. Follow us on Discord. We'll put the Discord in the link. And yeah, we can talk about the Black Widow movie there. It'll be a lot of fun. We can get into the more nitty gritty, even though
Yeah, it's first reactions.
touched a lot of
I
stuff.
feel like I'm missing a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
to
feel
go
like
over the movie.
probably need to do a rewatch, pick up on a couple more things. But
Maybe we'll do a watch through on the channel.
yeah, I think we're planning. Yeah, we might. Well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. See you
See ya.
later.